There's a car accident right here at the corner of Willow and, I would say this is 6th. Back up, right? This cop. What are you doing? You gotta back up more. This guy's just gotta back up more. Why can't you back up more? What is your problem? Why can't you back up more? Oh my God. Why are you making it so difficult for everybody? Seriously, 3 more feet would just make the world a better place to live right there. Anyway, so there's... okay. Okay. Here we are! 7th in Cameo Hill. It is Thursday night. And since the Cosby Show isn't... Oh, God, am I going to make this? That was close. And since the Cosby Show isn't on the night they're doing reruns, I figured I'd go out for a scoop. Sometimes I forget how old I am, and then I realize I just did a Bill Cosby joke, and it's 2023. Anyway, this is Philadelphia Unedited. Sometimes I do pause, but I don't edit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going for a scoop, and I gotta tell you, I've been having a hankering. Oh, this is it. This is the end of my life. That's great. It starts with an earthquake, hurricane. So what I'm going to do is I've been having a hankering to get to Society Hill, Philadelphia. So I'm going to scoot to Society Hill via wherever the hell I am. Oh, it's the Chinese Lantern Festival. You guys want to see inside? This is a city park, and they close it pretty much every summer evening. And they have this beautiful light show. This is the back of it. Trying to see a spot where we could peek in, do a little 1920 baseball. You ever see those videos of the kids who watch baseball games in 1920 and they would peek through the fence? Well, that's what we're going to do. So the whole park's full of stuff like that. I guess it actually looks better from back here. It looks cool. This, I think this goes on till the middle of August. You can look it up. It's at Franklin Square is the name of the park. This is one of the main entrances. It's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't know they moved. Like, obviously I knew the ball spin, but I didn't know they, Yeah, blowing out. Fire! Here's the other entrance. Yeah, maybe I will check this out before it closes. Look at this. And you know it's a special event when they're selling plastic balloons. There it is. Plastic balloons, the official balloons of the Chinese Lantern Festival. Here we are. This is Washington Square. Across the street, that's a park. One of the most historic parks. Oh, I guess in this place, in this city. So if it's the most historic park in the city, it's one of the most historic parts in our country because Philadelphia, baby, it's where it all started. We're going on a scoop. And this is the Society Hill section of Philadelphia. I haven't really been to these parts in a while. And every so often I have to feel the energy of a certain area. This is, first off, let's get ready. Flemish Bond. This is a special type of brickwork. You see this brick here? Oh, that's called a header. And this guy here, that's called a stacker. And what they do with this brick is they put it in the oven and it bakes. But you see how it's laying in that way? You see how it's going in straight? Well, that means there's 2 bricks like this to support this brick, meaning this wall, super de duper. All right, so this is Holy Trinity. And it was built in 1789 as Philadelphia's first German Catholic church. And it was the first parish church in the United States established just for a diverse group, like the group of Germans. You see, America, we're different than most countries because we're a nation of immigrants. So Society Hill, this is like, all right, so if you go 2 blocks this way, you're at Independence Hall. Washington Square is the park directly across the street from Independence Hall. Independence Hall, that's, you know, that's the room where it happened, as they say in that musical, Hamilton. Oh, so anyway, the Founding Fathers and all that stuff, they lived in this part. Some of them lived, like Betsy Ross, she lived on the other side of Market Street. But a lot of the guys, James Madison lived here. Oh, you know, the King of Spain lived here. Dolly Madison, you get it, a bunch of old-time people. This area was kind of getting run down. These were like the oldest houses in the city, so a lot of poor people were living here. And the houses were getting kind of dilapidated. That's a good term, right? Kevin Bacon's father, his name was Edmund Bacon. He was like the city controller, so he was in charge of like buildings, and he said to the mayor of Philadelphia, he was like, yo guys, we better start fixing up those houses in that Society Hill section. They're starting to fall apart. They're kind of historic. We better do something to fix up that area. And it turns out it became the very first area in the United States to be gentrified. What do you think of that? I don't really think much of it. Look at this church. Oh, it's not a church. That's let's say it, synagogue. Damn, that's just one of those words I'll just never master. I went to speech therapy for, oh God, years. I made my speech therapist retire. She's like, there's no help. He'll just never talk good. Listen to that horrific accent. Okay, so now I'm on South Street, which is way too far. Is where I do not want to be. I guess I can walk down here for a second. Home of the bong, hookah. You looking for a hookah? You looking for a bong? May I suggest South Street? I smell incense. That's proper. That's the proper smell of But yeah, so this is a Thursday night. It's a little bit after. It might be like 9 o'clock at the latest. And so I guess a lot of the stores are closed. This is like this store has been here forever. Garland of Letters. It's a pretty cool, like if you're going for like a spiritual thing, you need to get a crystal. You need to find a book about Buddha. You come here. You go here, you get that. You want to buy a craft beer for $13, you go to Tattoo Moms. Damn. We'll go this way. This is called St. Peter's Way. It's like one of those cut-throughs. Uh-oh. Not really the best places to ride the scooter, but when everything's cobblestone and brick, you're kind of stuck. It's probably the worst neighborhood in the city to ride a scooter is Society Hill. Good idea to do the tour here. It's like 94 degrees right now. Oh, in this park, I don't know the name of this. I think it's called Bear Park or something. This is the only place in the city where you will be able to find black squirrels. There's not many. Three Bear Park, that's the name of the park. There's a statue of 3 bears. You come here in the afternoon, you see a lot of nannies with kids sitting here. I would say you got to have some money to live in these parts. I don't know if I would, just because you got to put up with more bullshit living here than you do in my neighborhood. No, for what you pay, yeah, no, the parking sucks. This is the Physic House. This is Dr. Physic. Dr. Physic was pretty much the doctor of the Founding Fathers, and this was his actual house. And my favorite thing to look at when you come to these parts of Old City is the steps. I love looking at the steps because the steps can tell the story of the building. And if you think about it, he was the doctor of George Washington. So George Washington walked up these steps to see his doctor who, you know, I think he was like one of the first real doctors. His patients were Dolly Madison, Andrew Jackson, John Marshall. You could just say George Washington to anything here. Nobody cares. But I'll just let you guys know it wasn't George Washington. Yo,
Billy Captain?
What's going on? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm just talking to myself doing a history tour. You know how it goes.
No, I don't.
No?
I know the Physic House, though.
Yeah. The guy who was the Founding Fathers' physician. Another cool thing about this section of the historic part of Philadelphia, the railings. Let me see if I can find a cool railing. Oh, I got another cool shortcut. So this house right here, this is the house. Kangaroo statue, just two kangaroos in the city of Philadelphia. Just hopping around, having a good time. Yeah, but that's one of the Society Hill shortcuts. You just walk down here. Love it. Not great for the scooter, but it's all right. Oh, yep, I'm being the jerk off. There you go, friend. Hello. There you go. I see you. Thank you. So I'm going to probably post this on Friday morning. And as you're watching this, me, Talking Sports with Todd, and Brett from the Pandemic Crew, we are on our way to Pittsburgh to take over yet another stadium. This should be real easy to take over, because last time I took over a stadium, it was in Tampa Bay. And I was by myself, but I took over the stadium anyway, you know, no problem. Now I got my friends with me, so it should be real easy to take over that dump, because Pirates don't have any fans. You know how it goes, right? Oh, you see this guy here? This guy's cool. So this guy wanted to build this little shed. So he was like, I want to build this shed. And they're like, well, it has to have a mailing address. So he built a mailbox on his shed. Isn't that fantastic? The hell could he possibly do in that shed? This is I call them giddy ups. Back in the day, if you wanted to get on your horse, you would hop on this and giddy up. I don't think giddy up's the technical name. But yeah, see, check out these railings. Look at these railings. Come on, guys. Look at these railings. Kill somebody with this thing. I guess we got to get back to the car. So anyway, we're going to Pittsburgh. And I wanted to get a pair of flip-flops. And I went to Target to get a pair of flip-flops. That way, I figure if you buy a pair of flip-flops, you don't need to worry about socks for your trip. You know, you just rock flip-flops for. So I went to Target today to go buy the damn flip-flops. I'm sorry, I have to really pay attention to the pavement here. If it's like one brick sticks out, you're doing a header. Horrible idea to do the tour in Society Hill. But I had to come here. I had to feel the energy. I had to feel the vibe. Yeah, so I went to Target to buy the flip-flops. And they're done. They're done with the flip-flops. It's not even August. They said, nah, we're done with them. School's back in session. That's what they got all back to school. All right. So this is. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna end this. I really appreciate you joining me for this unedited scoop, which was highly edited. A lot of pausing, unpausing. But I didn't just pause. I mean, I didn't really edit. Like, I'm not going to watch this again, although I probably should, because it's okay. So if you want to hit subscribe. If you want to hit like. If you want to check out my merch, I got merch. Check it out. You want to... I have a YouTuber I watch. His name's Camping with Steve, and he has a beer fund. And if you want to buy us a beer for our Pittsburgh trip, I'll have a link to my Cash App. I'm not asking you to do it But I know sometimes people want to send you beer money. Wes sent me beer money one time when I was out with Carl. It was very nice. So if you want to send me any cash to the beer fund, send cash to the beer fund. It's only going to be at the description of this video. I'm not going to be doing that. We're going to do a little scoopsy whoopski on Penn's Landing. Friday or Thursday night. Here we are. This is the last place of, I did a walking history tour last week. We had a pretty decent turnout. I appreciate everybody who came out. And this was one of the things, a part of the tour. This is the Mashaloo. This is, if you ever saw the movie, The Godfather, this is the boat that when Robert De Niro was Don Corleone, this is the boat that bought over Robert De Niro in the movie The Godfather 2. This is one of the only four sail ships that floats, that's still in open retail space type thing. Did that make sense? It made close enough. So it's a very historic boat. It's a very expensive restaurant. That's why I've never been. Right here we have the Olympia, which is a boat that was built in the 1890s. Next to that is the submarine, the Barracuda, which sunk many a ships in the Pacific Ocean during World War II. Wow, how exciting. Cool little history that happened on the boat, not the submarine, the boat, the Olympia. During the World War I, if you ever go to Arlington Cemetery, probably the most famous grave in Arlington Cemetery, besides JFK, is the tomb of the unknown soldier. And the tomb of the unknown soldier is filled with a corpse from a soldier. Is that how you say that? In World War I, we lost a soldier over in Europe, and what they did is they brought his body back over to the United States on the front of that boat. And it was, I think the coffin was like on that front part of the boat, and they had troops that had to stay next to the body where the casket was to make sure it didn't like go into the ocean. And it was like a real tough battle. Like not a tough battle, but like it was a real hard time keeping the body. I don't know why they didn't put it inside. I mean, that's what they do. They did it properly. This is South Street Seaport. So this is like a spot where you come, you can get some local food. Chicken and Pete's crab fries, they're like everywhere in this city. They're all over the country now too. So they have like little places where you can go eat, and then they have like you can come here and hang out. There's a picnic bench. These little statues are from these are 5 water spouts from a Indonesian temple from the 12th century. All those little stones. It's definitely cool here in the nighttime. You ever like look at couples? Like you ever like look at a couple, a guy and a girl, and they just look like they would be horrible in bed, and you just see them both together, and you're like, it's like the worst sex in the world going on with this relationship. But sometimes I see couples, that's what I think about. There's no way these people are good in bed. Uh-oh. Closing time. One last call for alcohol. we go.
It is for me, for us.
I know what you want to go me home. Yeah, I got a late start on my day, so it makes sense that everything's closing. We got music playing. Let's go. Let's go. So this bar here is the biggest outdoor bar. It's called the Seaport Museum. It's called the Liberty Point Restaurant and Bar. I don't know what the hell this building was before 1989, but in 1989 it became the Seaport Museum, which is a history museum talking about the history of the Delaware River and, you know, all the things that happened. And the one movie, they filmed a movie here. There's a movie called Blowout with John Travolta, and the end of the movie Blowout was filmed on the top level of this building. It's good when you make the sound effects. It makes it sound like you're going faster. Right? I'm like Michael Winslow. Shout out to all the Michael Winslow fans out there. Which, somebody tell me your favorite Michael Winslow movie, and in the comments. And if you see, make sure you read all the comments. I don't want the same comment. So even if you don't like name every Michael Winslow movie, you can. I appreciate it. Big shout out to Michael Winslow. Uh-oh. You know, if people charge you to park somewhere, they shouldn't be able to have a pothole. They shouldn't be able to have a thing in their property that could damage your car. I don't know how feasible that is, but I really think that should be the law. All right, hello, friend. Here we are, Delaware Ave. If you call it Columbus Boulevard, you're an asshole, right? Going up here. These were all old piers that eventually, I think the majority of it is rental property, and there is there's like a condo place up here. That's where DJ Jazzy Jeff used to live. I don't know if he still lives there. This is fantastic. I love this ramp. Where are we going? There's the Ben Franklin Bridge over there. This is the Holiday Inn Express. You know, there's a few hotels in the area. You got the Holiday Inn Express. There's the Marriott down the street. There's a few spots in Chinatown. All right. Now we're going down Ray Street. This is a cool little historic section of Philadelphia. Matter of fact, when Philadelphia was like first getting developed, the Delaware River would be right here. I was at the Delaware River at Penn's Landing. That's the river there. And oh, look at the trash. Look how these jerk-offs trash. All right, now we're going down one of the oldest residential streets Oh no, we're going down the oldest residential street in all of the United States of America. This is Alfred's Alley. The houses date back to like the 1730s. And if you come here in the summertime, during the day, you will never see it this empty. It's kind of crazy how there's no one here right now. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. So this is an old horse fountain. This is how dumb the city is. Or I don't know. I don't know how dumb the city is. But anyway, this horse fountain was installed a long time ago. It's from the early 1900s, 1800s. And for about a few years ago, like 2-3 years ago, this whole street was dug up because of this stupid horse fountain. The city just passed a law last year that they're getting rid. We don't do horse and buggy tours no more. So we don't have horses that need to use the fountain. So it's kind of dumb. This is an old property, and they have to brace the front to do some repairs, and that's what they'll do there. You know, I was supposed to get flip-flops, and now I've been out so long, I'm not going to be able to get flip-flops. Oh boy. Poorly planned trip. This is Bread Street. It's a pretty awesome street. You go right down here. Historic location. Right here. This is, if you ever heard of the TV show, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. One of the guys who wrote the show used to drink at this bar. And this is Patty's Pub. This is the Patty's Pub. And I know the guy from It's Always Sunny, I forget which one. The guy Mac. Mac has a restaurant on Market Street called Mac's. I think that's the entrepreneur It's Always Sunny guy. He's like the one who owns the football team. He's got some side hustles going. Oh, hello, friend. Let's go. Oh, I got you. You're good. Oh no, is that true? That's right, I forgot they're knocking down this building, right? Or they already knocked down the parking lot? What the hell are they doing here? Hold on, friends. Friends, do you know what was here? Do you know your history? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I don't know. Are they going to save it? Are they going to knock it down? Right here, this is the United States Mint. That is a United States Mint police car. You ever see those people? I don't know how you feel about them, but I kind of watch them. And what they do is they piss off cops. So what they were doing is they're like, there was these guys I saw, they came up to one of these cars and they're like, oh, this car isn't giving handicapped people enough space on the pavement, and they were like fucking messing with the Mint cops. And so they didn't know that the Mint had their own police force. Like, they have their own parking too. Like, if you're a worker for the Mint, you can park here. So, you know, these guys, they didn't know that they were one of those, like, oh, you know. You ever see those guys that get pulled over by the cops and they, you know, they know their rights? I mean, I don't hate them because they know their rights, but they're just dicks about it. And they, you know, the poor cop just trying to get through his day. And so anyway, the guys are like, yo, you can't keep your car parked here. Handicapped people can't go by. And anyway, so those jerk-offs wound up getting arrested because the Mint cop was like, yeah, you're trespassing, get off our property. And when a Mint police officer tells you to get off the property, I would get off the property because they're not Philadelphia police. They're federal police. And I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to deal with federal police. Like this part of the city right here, I think this is federal land. Oh, I never noticed the Mint had to put it there. So yeah, this part of the city is run by the National Park Service, and like, crime in Philadelphia really isn't prosecuted right now for some reason. District attorney said, we got other things to do. We're not prosecuting crime. And so sometimes people will come in this part of the city. You know, people will go around Chinatown. They'll smoke jazz cigarettes. No problem, smoke the jazz cigarettes. And then they'll come to this part and they'll see a park ranger. And yeah, when you know, Yogi Bear did not help the reputation of park rangers whatsoever, because everybody just thinks park rangers are dummies because of Yogi Bear. So whenever a park ranger tells somebody to put out a jazz cigarette, you're trespassing on federal property. They get lippy because they think of Yogi Bear stole those picnic baskets. That's my opinion. Sometimes I put my opinions on things. Like, I come up with a story in my head and it just makes sense. This is NPR. I come here sometimes. They have one of these free libraries. And so you come here. I'm not going to take anything, but they have these books. Oh, that's a Cookie Monster book. You know what? Maybe
we're going to be able to make really strange stuff. And so the whole aim of the industry up until this point has been kind of to create stuff that is identical to what you could get in a standard restaurant.
So this is the NPR studios. This is where Terry Gross records the TV show Fresh Air. I always check out that little library because when this is another story I made up in my head, but I believe the NPR, when people send them books, this is a brand new book I got for free. It's fantastic. And then after a while, I get a big collection of books and you throw it into the free library, and it's like the circle of life. Look at this. Here we are, the Chinese Lantern Festival. Memories being made, memories that will last a lifetime. No, I'm not going to ride you to the corner because it's a scooter. There he is, the world's happiest balloon salesman. This is a new bus station getting put in. It's going to be a bus station that you could take a train to New Jersey. I don't know why you would want to do that, but people do it. It was a train station until like 1979. It was like a a train station, and they just like stopped using it in like the late 70s, and then they would sporadically use it. Oh wow, you can see that one tree from here, pretty cool. Yeah. All right, I know this may sound inappropriate, but I don't think it is. It's a real question, so it's not. I don't think it's racist. All right, you know how they play that Chinese music with the... Well, hold on. I don't know if you could hear it, but it's like a fiddle and a flute. Do they still make music like that? Like, is there still a guy out there? Is there a famous Chinese flutist, like, touring China right now? Like, just curious. I don't think that's racist. I don't know if would you go to a Chinese concert? Would you go, like, they go, oh, we're playing Chinese music for an hour and a half. Could you go to that? I guess I could. I couldn't do a death metal concert for an hour and a half. I know that. Chinese music, probably. I hate crossing the street here. I have a homeless friend. There he is. There's my homeless friend Gus. Do I have any cash on me? Let me give my friend Gus. I used to work at this parking lot at this concert venue down the street called the Electric Factory. My buddy Gus. Oh, we're dead. And my buddy Gus he was this homeless guy, and he has mental issues, right? So it's hard for him to like stay at homeless shelters. So whenever he gets into a spot, he gets kicked out. So I used to work at this parking lot where I would have to. The guy wanted me to wake up Gus every day and kick him out of the parking lot. So instead of kicking him out every day, I was kind of nice and gave him a bottle of water and became friends. Come on, Gus. What's going on, buddy? Holy shit, look at all the rats.
I'm not trying to direct.
I'm trying to give you some money, man. How you been?
All right, how you been?
Good, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. You been all right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna be out here too much longer. 16 for Clearfield.
You got a spot 16th at Clearfield?
VA pay.
The VA pays for it? Are you staying there or are you staying on the streets?
I stay in there.
You stay in there? Okay. All right. You doing all right, though?
Yeah.
All right. You look good.
39 years though. It's been a long.
When you were living on the streets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. You still hanging out at the Electric Factory? They closed that bar, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He did. So I still clean up for Electric Factory. And Mike got 2 Street. 2 Street now.
2 Street. Yeah. You ever go down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I clean up that for him like 3 times a week.
Oh, okay. So Mike's helping you out at 2 Street. That's cool. All right. Well, I'll let you get back to it. I just want to see you. But good to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
going to stay out here. I'll make $5 more. I'm going home.
Okay.
I'm done.
That's good. It's hot as shit today.
I wish it would have rained.
We've been getting a lot of that, though. You ever get hit by a car out here?
Me?
Yeah.
Never.
Never?
No. I don't time cars. I sense them.
Okay.
I sense them.
You got spidey senses?
Yeah.
All right. I hate crossing this fucking street.
Yeah. That side right here is
Yeah.
no. Because when they turn up 95, they look right at you and still hit you.
Well, I'm going to cross out here. All right, Gus. I'll see you, bud. All right, buddy. I'll see you. That's my buddy, Gus. He panhandles here at when you get off the Ben Franklin Bridge. He don't mean nobody no harm. So if you ever come down here, you see the guy, just give him $1 or $2. He's got a spot. I don't know. It's crazy. I have so many friends. I have a friend who's a cop who knows Gus, and I have a friend who's a wrestler who knows Gus. He's kind. A lot of people know Gus. He's kind of hard to forget, and so if you ever see him anything, and I'll tell you, I'm gonna let you know, he ain't gonna spend the money on drugs. I'll buy beer. I'll buy a lot of beer, but he won't buy drugs with the money. But it depends on how you feel about it. Yeah, so I used to work at this parking lot. And I was here for about 1.5 years, 2 years. And when there was like concerts and stuff, I would have to get bands. I would set up the parking lot for the bands coming in. There was one day, it was like this is the bar. This is the bar. It was called Voltage Lounge, and Gus, the guy I was talking to, the guy who owned this bar would let Gus come in. And Gus would like sweep and mop the place, and he would give him a sandwich and a few beers, and then Gus would sleep on the steps of this concert venue. It's called the Franklin Music Hall now. But I will call it the Electric Factory forever. And I didn't live, but I worked a lot in this booth. I spent a lot of time in here. So I would get here at 7 a.m. and I wouldn't get out of here till, like 1 in the morning sometimes. Gus would sleep on these steps. And my first day, my boss was like, yo, kick that bum, get him out of here. And I was getting into spirituality. I was kind of getting into Buddhism. And he was right here. It was this very spot. And I because I was working in the booth, I always had a case of water in my car, just in case I wanted something to drink. And I said to myself, if I was a homeless guy, and my day is going to be shit, like my whole day is going to be shit, just people yelling at me and hating me because I'm homeless. It's a horrible way to start your day. It's just a guy yelling at you about getting. So I got a bottle of water, and I think I had like a granola bar, and I woke him up, and I was like, hey man, listen, my boss don't want you hanging here. I just need you to wake up, take your time. Ain't nobody coming right away. Just take your time, but you got to be out of here in an hour. Here's a bottle of water. Here's a granola bar. And I said, if you do this cool, you could stay. We keep doing this for as long as you want. Oh, I just want to see who's playing here. I don't know anybody. Ministry. I know Ministry. I don't know if I like Ministry, but I saw the Ramones here. Saw Green Day here. Met Jerry Only. Met Green Day. Goldfinger. Offspring. So many bands. But most importantly, I met Gus. And if you ever want to help a homeless guy, if you ever want to help like a homeless person, the socks are like the best thing. Because I remember the first time I saw his feet. This has been here. I've been scooting for a few hours now. This has been for a while. So this car was in an accident, but then they took the license plate off. I've been scooting for a few hours, and I go because the car doesn't have an owner. The car is probably stolen because the license plate was taken off the back. But so anyway, yeah, that's it. That's my little nighttime scoot, unedited, really unedited. I mean, a few pauses here and there because of music, but it's always good to see Gus. And the thing about Gus is he did a thing for Meek Mills. It was a very popular video. Meek was doing this thing where he wasn't giving homeless people money unless they did push-ups. Kind of a dick move, right? But if you were able to do 10 push-ups, Dick Mills, I guess that's a good name because of what he did. It was kind of a dick thing. He did it to old people. Gus is kind of an old guy. So anyway, he asked the homeless guy to do some push-ups, and this old guy couldn't do them. But then he asked Gus to do the push-ups, and my man Gus, he that's how he begs for money sometimes. He'll do one-arm push-ups, and he could do like 100 of them. He's a beast. So... all right, well, if you like this video, do me a favor. Hit thumbs up while you're at it. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out my merch. My merch, ooh, is it fire? If you want to help me out, there's a link below in every video to my Patreon. You get bonus videos, early previews, and a postcard if you're in a certain tier. If you want to watch my live streams, click the join button. Get access to all my live streams. I don't keep them up for long. Kind of strange. But some people like to watch them. And now it's time for some bonus bullshit. This is Yard's Brewery. It's a brewery. This is Spring Garden Street. And actually, this whole street has changed. That's new. That's new. Matter of fact, when I worked in that parking lot, there was a Dollar General. And the highlight of my day, this is how you know you're in a bad spot in your life. The highlight of my day was going to the Dollar General and buying the Hormel scrambled egg deal. It was a scrambled egg meal that they would put they wouldn't refrigerate it. You would just put it in the microwave and you would heat it up. But it was surprisingly really good. So let's go. That was the highlight of my day now. Now, the highlight of my day is riding a scooter talking to myself. Isn't that? I don't know. Well, I'm sure this is probably... no, I was going to say that this is probably healthier. But I've been hit by cars. I definitely broke a rib riding on a scooter. That was the point. Close enough.